All right, let's talk about Rocket League. Specifically, let's talk about getting better at Rocket League, because we've all been there. Stuck, not sure what to work on next. So today, we're going to break it all down. We've taken 50 pro tips and built a simple, powerful framework called the Pyramid of Skill, and it's designed to show you exactly how to improve from the ground up.
So, does this look familiar? You've been putting in the hours, you're watching the pros, you feel like you're playing okay, but that rank just will not budge. It is one of the most frustrating feelings ever when you hit a wall like that. But trust me, there is a clear way forward. And to get past that wall, we are going to build this pyramid together. It's got 4 levels. We're going to start with the absolute non-negotiables at the bottom and work our way all the way up to the champion mindset at the very top. See, each level builds on the one before it, giving you a really solid structure for your game.
So let's start at the very bottom, the base of our pyramid. Before you even think about hitting a flip reset or an air dribble, you have got to get your settings right. Seriously, playing with the default setup is kind of like trying to run a race in flip-flops. You're just putting yourself at a huge disadvantage right from the start.
Okay, so let's be super clear here. These aren't just suggestions, they are absolutely essential. First things first, turn camera shake off, like right now. It does nothing for you, it just distracts you. Next, go find a pro's camera settings and use those as a starting point. Literally anything is better than the default. And finally, stop switching cars every other game. Just pick one you like, get comfortable with it, and stick with it. Consistency begins right here.
Now, the rule for your camera, it's actually incredibly simple. Even if it feels super weird when you're starting out. You should be in ball cam probably 90% of the time. It's the only way to really know what's happening in the play. You only switch to car cam for like a split second to do something really specific, like lining up a boost pad or making sure you don't smash into your teammate on your way back to defense.
All right, so our foundation is set. Let's move up to the second level of the pyramid, building those core habits. These are the fundamental mechanics and movements that you just have to drill over and over until they are pure muscle memory. This is what separates players who feel kinda clumsy from the ones who look smooth and totally in control.
And the first and, maybe the most important habit here is the half flip. Look, if you're out of position and you're facing the wrong way, this move is your get out of jail free card. It lets you turn around and get right back into the action without killing all your speed. It's an absolute must learn. No excuses.
And this really gets to the heart of it, right? Hitting the brakes and reversing is just way too slow. It kills all your momentum. Instead of doing that, a quick half flip gets you facing the right way and keeps you moving, ready to challenge or get back to defend.
Now, beyond the half flip, these 3 little habits are going to make your recovery time way, way faster. If you land sideways after an aerial, just hold power slide. You'll keep your speed instead of grinding to a halt. And use your Q times to just jump into free play and smack the ball around. It's the best way to get more touches. And lastly, stop flipping into every single challenge. Sometimes just driving into the ball keeps you grounded and ready for whatever happens next.
Okay, let's move up to the third level of our pyramid. And this is where things get really fun. We're moving from mechanical skill, your hands, to mental skill, your brain. Game sense is all about making smarter decisions than your opponents, and honestly, it's often the biggest difference maker in a match.
At its core, a ton of Rocket League strategy comes down to this one choice. Booming the ball downfield feels awesome, right? But what you're really doing is just giving it back to the other team for free. So unless you are under insane pressure in your own goal, your default thought should always be to control the ball. Take a soft touch, start a dribble, and look to make a real play. Possession is everything.
Now here's a question I want you to ask yourself in your next game. If you're the player closest to the ball on your team, the first man, what's your job? It's simple. Your job is to challenge. You've got 2 teammates behind you ready to back you up. Don't be scared. Force the opponent to do something. Create a 50-50 and trust your team to read the play.
And when you're on defense, you gotta think smart, not just hard. Clearing the ball right into the middle of the field, that's just the perfect pass to your opponent. Push it into your corner where it's safe. If you can't get a good clear, just drive into the ball and force a 50-50 to buy your team some time. Oh, and on your way back, look for a cheeky bump on an attacker. Sometimes that's even better than making a save.
And here we are. We have reached the peak of our pyramid. This is the final and honestly the most important level. You can have all the mechanics and the best game sense in the world, but if your mentality is off, you will never consistently improve. This is all about playing the long game.
This right here,
This might be the most important thing you hear today. Stop obsessing over that little icon next to your name. Your rank is just a result of your skill. It's not the other way around. You can be getting better and still be in the same rank, or heck, even go down a little. You have to focus on the improvement itself, and eventually the rank will take care of itself.
So how do you actually focus on getting better? Well, first, watch your own replays. Yeah, it's painful, but it's the absolute best way to see the mistakes you just don't notice in the heat of the moment. Second, if you have a specific weakness and can't find a training pack for it, make one yourself. And third, stop playing on autopilot. Go into every game with a small goal, like this game, I'm going to manage my boost better, or I'm only going to rotate back post.
You know, inside the game itself, confidence is just about everything. And hesitation? Hesitation is the enemy. If you see the ball, you either go for it or you don't, but you have to make that decision instantly. A confident wrong decision is often way better than a hesitant, delayed right one, because at least you're doing something and your teammates can react to that.
And that brings us to the ultimate takeaway here, the thing that holds this entire pyramid together, from your camera settings all the way to your split-second decisions. It's your mentality. Staying positive, focusing on learning from your losses instead of getting tilted about them, that is the engine that drives all of your improvement.
So let's end on this note. Don't let the grind burn you out. Remember why you started playing in the first place, because it's fun. If you can keep that in mind, stay positive, and actually enjoy the process of getting better, you won't just climb the ranks, you're going to have a much, much better time doing it. Thanks for tuning in.